Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your girl Sadie's B back with another trading breakdown. So today I'm gonna break down GJ. If you follow me on my trading page, Profitable Mind FX on Instagram, then you already know that I called this trade last night and ended up getting in it at 1, which is pre-London, my time, CST. Real simple and easy breakdown. And after that, I'm going to give y'all some of my major pairs that I'm looking to set up this week and give y'all an update on ICHF, which is a trade that I've been in for some time now. So we're going to head over to the screen, man, and get down with GJ. So first of all, what I saw on the monthly time frame, I saw that we were in the overall uptrend on GJ, right? I seen back in this area right here, we were going down, then we eventually broke out of that around right at the beginning of the year, actually. And ever since, we have been pretty much trending to the upside. So when I saw that we broke out and we were making consistent higher highs and higher lows, I looked at where price currently was and I looked left, which is what you always want to do when you're looking for trades. And I saw that we were retesting previous higher highs on the monthly time frame. And not only that, we were retesting down at this monthly trend line, right? So if I delete all this, because I only use that, to give me a little visual. And so then I went down to the weekly time frame and I remember plotting these two zones, this resistance zone and this support zone a while back because I noticed that GJ had just been trending up and down in between these two levels, not really going much further than that. So this is what we call a range, right? Um, so a little tip. Most times when price breaks out of a range, whether that's to the upside or to the downside, if it can come back, retest, and hold, most times that is the direction that price is wanting to go in. And as you can see, we have been in this range since about December 27th, right, of last year. So, sorry, y'all. So we finally broke out of this area, right, last week. Strong closure. All I needed was a retest so that I could go long. So down to the daily time frame, as we see again, we had the strong break. Okay, boom, that's point one. What do we need next? We needed a retest. So we actually got that retest. And how did we end off the week? Bullish engulfing candle, right? That was enough confirmation for me. Every time frame was bullish, my monthly, weekly, and daily. So that right there told me that I don't need to be on any other side but longs, right? So then I went down to the 4 hour and I saw that we had what is called an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If you cannot see it, I will draw it out for you. So this is your left shoulder, this is your head, and I actually got in on the right shoulder to take price all the way to the upside. If I turn the candlesticks off, you will, my fault, you will see the pattern, right? Turn that back on for y'all. All right, cool. Delete. So I actually went down to the 1 hour because I was really trying to get in before the start of London, and I knew that this 4 hour candle would not be closing until 4 o'clock, right? So I just went down to the 1 hour and I saw right here that we had what this was the entry right after it broke above pretty much this wick area. Somewhere in there is where I got in. We'll see we had a nice bullish engulfing, break, retest, and it was history. So we got our entry somewhere around the hour of 2 o'clock this morning, somewhere in there, right? And we got 2.5 our risk, and we are actually floating about 3.2 times our risk up 147 pips in less than a day, right? This hasn't even been 24 hours. So GJ is one of those that's really gonna move. Now, I will say if I can get a nice retest back into this zone right here, I will look to get long yet again, right? But who knows? Price might not pull back here. It may. We'll just have to see, right? But that is what I'm expecting to happen next so that we can catch some more of this overall move. And I am projecting that we will get up to this 166. And if price does break this 166 zone, I am definitely looking for price to reach these highs to the left at this 169 flat. So definitely a lot of up room for GJ. Just have to wait on those pullbacks to get a, pretty solid entry. And that was pretty much all we have there. So let's move on. All right, we can go ahead and look at ICHF since we're talking about trades that we actually in right now. ICHF, I already pretty much broke this one down. I just wanted y'all to see the power of swing trading, right? I've been holding this trade for some time now, and we are up about 92 pips. Like, this is one of the ones that's more on the slower side, but it is definitely making its way down. We are almost to my target, which I'm just pretty much going for 2 times my risk on this trade, so about 121 pips. But obviously, if it surpasses my level and continues to show me bearish structure, then I will potentially take it down to this 161,800 level, right? Well, that's another potential target, which will give me about 3.6 times my risk. So let's move on to some of the major pairs that I am actually looking to get into this week. That's not a major pair. My fault. All right. So we got EU, AU, NZD, USD, and GBP USD. Now, obviously, me personally, I'm just not going to trade all 4 of these pairs because, they pretty much correlate, but not always, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put too much risk on one asset class. So to me, I might pick 2 of these or I might do 3. I might just do 1. Like, it really just depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. But I definitely will take the cleanest 2 or 3 out of these 4, right? So if we look at EU first, we see, if I go to the weekly time frame real quick, we see that, we been trending down on EU for a very, very long time, right? Even if we zoom all the way back, we've been trending down since back in 07, right? The majority of this market has been to the downside, right? So you would have been making a whole lot of money shorting the EU. So if I delete this and I zoom in just a tad bit, we will see that we had this strong area of support, resistance again. So we pretty much broke under this level, came back and gave us a nice bearish engulfing shooting star type of candle right here on the weekly time frame. So this right here kind of told me that price would potentially continue to the downside, right? And not only that, if I go to my monthly time frame, I can see it even clearer, right? Had this double top, boom, came down, retested, and where did we retest? The neckline of this double top formation. So what am I looking for? A push down either to this low or surpassing this low, right? So if we go to the daily time frame one more time, you see right here that I had this area of resistance, pulled up, came back down, acted as support for a little bit, then it broke under again. And so now pretty much all I'm waiting for, if we can get a retest up into this area, I will be looking to take EU to the downside. And it's pretty much the same story across the board. You pretty much got that same double top type of pattern. On NZD USD, we broke under the neckline. If I can get a retest back to this area, I will be looking to take it short. If we go to the weekly time frame, you can definitely see we have a nice double top, right? You actually see it better. We can get the pullback either here or up to here and down, right? That's still very valid. We go to the monthly time frame, we see the same type of thing. We zoom out, we see that this pair has been trending to the downside for a very long time, since back in 2014, right? We broke under this support, turn into resistance again. If we can hold, then we will take it to the downside, right? Really that simple. Now, AU, not the cleanest to me. I think I really like NZD USD and EU over AU. But we are at a monthly level, at one of my monthly levels, right? And as you can see, pretty much the same story. Break, retest, and now we are starting to trend back down again. So if we can hold this level right here, I will expect AU to come down to 64 flat, or either down to 56 flat if we can break through these lows. But that's a long ways to go, right? Because we on a monthly time frame, so we just gonna take it for what we can see right now. But in my opinion, the other two have been cleaner for me, so those will probably be the two that I end up taking. But I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on AU just in case something better happens here than over on the other ones, right? So if we go to GU, GU is actually looking clean as well. So I don't know, it might be GU and EU, or GU and NZUSD, or all three. You know what I'm saying? I really haven't decided what I want to do yet. Because I'm still pretty much waiting on my confirmations on all of them. So until I get that, everything is just being patient and waiting for my entry, right? So if we look on the weekly time frame on GU, we can pretty much see the same story across the board, right? We've been very, very bearish on this pair, right? As you can see, we've been trending down for a very, very long time, right? Delete that, zoom back in to what's important right now. And we see that we had this strong, strong area of resistance, right? We had some resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. We have not been able to break above pretty much just 12400 area. So we pretty much doing the same thing, double top, breaking under. If we can hold the neckline, then I'm looking to go short. It's really that simple, y'all. Like, it's really rinse and repeat. Once you can get these chart patterns down, it's a wrap after that, right? So looking for the same thing here. And if I go to the monthly time frame, it's literally the same story. If I drag this level over, we will see that it has been acting as a strong support, broke under, now acting as resistance. So if we are able to hold this 125 area, I could see GU coming back down to this 1.09 area. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm waiting on, y'all. I'm really just waiting on confirmation to get active, right? So I did want to break down one more trade that I got while I was in Atlanta. Man, it was a beautiful, beautiful setup. I've been shorting platinum since the very top, man. Like, I called shorts on platinum back at the beginning of the year, and we have been doing just that, right? I don't have all of my trades on here, but just know I've been milking this thing all the way down. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, this is where I got the trade. So we were right here, right? This is where I saw the trade. I'm actually bar replay just so y'all can get a better feel of what I saw, right? Just breaking this down a little more. So we see that price is obviously bearish, right? We had a nice little retracement. And then what happened when we got back into like this 960 level, right? My bad. We started wicking. We just, the buyers were trying to get past this level, but the sellers just was not going for that. And this looks like a little mini, head and shoulders pattern, or you could say it's a triple top, whatever you want to call it. I saw this pattern forming, and then we ended up closing on Thursday with with a strong bearish engulfing candle, right? So what I did, I drew a zone underneath this bearish engulfing where price was also struggling to go down. So we had struggle at the upside, we had struggle at the downside, right? It was like a little mini range. So when I saw this candle break out of this little mini range we had right here, all of this right here, because we were pretty much just trading in between these two levels, right? Once we got the strong breakout, remember what I told y'all about ranges. Most times, whichever side it breaks out to, and if it's a strong breakout, if it can come back and retest the level it just broke, most times you can expect that it's going to go in that direction. And it's exactly what happened. So it was a strong bearish engulfing candle. If we hit the bar replay, we seen that we pulled back up into this level, boom. And so all I said is if I can see some type of bearish closure, right? Not just bearish movement. I needed to see a bearish closure on this 4-hour time frame. I'm taking the sell. So boom, what did we end up getting? We got a tweezer. This is what we call a tweezer, right? Tweezer top. So we got the tweezer top, and the rest was history. Stop loss above the previous high, and we just went ahead and targeted the lows over here. And if we play this out, it just literally melted and bounced right back up from this area. So it couldn't have got any better than that. Got out right on time, and that's how you do it. So if I take a quick look at the DXY before I end this video, let me see. All right, so the DXY is definitely looking like it's trying to break to the upside. But for me personally, I've been saying this for some time. I'm really, really gonna be bearish once we get a break above 106, right? Which is this green zone here. If we can break above here and come back and hold and give some type of bullish confirmation, I definitely believe that we can see the dollar go back up to 109 and maybe even back up to 114.5 and higher, right? But I really have to see a break and retest of this 106 level. For sure, for sure. All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown. I hope y'all enjoyed this outlook on the pairs that I'm looking to get in and getting the insight of how I actually enter trades. I hope that this helps somebody, and just know that we grinding. More videos on the way, and they only gonna get better just getting started. But know that I'm gonna stay consistent because I believe in myself and I believe in y'all. So let's do it. Let's make this money. Y'all have a good one.